There was a boy named Daniel. Daniel was a smart boy. He was active, he was confident, and everyone in his school knew him. Daniel loved answering questions in class. He loved running faster than other children. He loved finishing his homework before everyone else. But there was one thing Daniel loved more than anything. Daniel loved being first. To Daniel, being first meant being important. Being first meant being better. Being first meant everyone would clap for him. And because of that, Daniel did not like losing. Not even a little. When his teacher asked a question, Daniel quickly raised his hand before anyone else. When children played games during break time, Daniel wanted to win every game. When the class lined up, Daniel always tried to stand in front. If someone finished before him, his face changed. If someone got praised instead of him, his heart became heavy. And if someone won a prize, Daniel felt angry inside. He would not say much, but deep in his heart, he would think, "Why not me?" One morning, Daniel arrived at school feeling very proud. He had studied the night before. He had prepared well. That day, the teacher had announced a class quiz. Daniel smiled as he entered the classroom. He looked at his friends and said, "Today, I am sure I will win." Some children laughed. One boy said, "Daniel, you always want to win." Daniel smiled proudly and answered, "Because I am the best." The teacher entered the classroom and greeted the children. "Good morning, class." "Good morning, teacher," the children replied. The teacher smiled and said, "Today, we have a new student joining us." The whole class became quiet. A young girl walked into the classroom. She was carrying a small school bag. She looked calm and shy. The teacher placed a hand on her shoulder and said, "Class, this is Grace. She will be learning with us from today." Grace smiled softly. "Good morning," she said. The children welcomed her, but Daniel looked at her and quickly looked away. He was not interested. To him, she was just a new student. The teacher pointed to an empty chair and said, "Grace, you can sit there." Grace sat quietly. She did not speak much. She took out her book. She listened carefully. Daniel noticed that she did not try to show off. She did not try to make friends loudly. She did not act like she knew everything. Daniel thought, "She looks too quiet. She cannot beat me." Later that morning, the quiz began. The teacher stood in front of the class and said, "I will ask questions. Raise your hand if you know the answer." Daniel sat straight. His eyes were ready. His hand was ready. The first question came. Daniel raised his hand quickly. He answered correctly. The teacher smiled. "Very good, Daniel." Daniel felt proud. The second question came. Again, Daniel raised his hand. Again, he answered correctly. Some children clapped softly. Daniel smiled. He looked around the room as if he had already won. But then the teacher asked another question. This time, before Daniel raised his hand, Grace's hand went up. The teacher pointed at her. "Yes, Grace," Grace answered calmly. Her answer was correct. The teacher smiled. "Excellent." Daniel looked surprised. He sat up straighter. The next question came. Daniel raised his hand fast, but Grace also raised hers. The teacher chose Grace. Again, Grace answered correctly. Then another question came. Grace answered again, and again, and again. The class began to whisper, "She is smart. She knows many answers." Daniel's smile disappeared. His heart started beating faster. He wanted the teacher to call him. He wanted to prove that he was still the best. But each time Grace answered, Daniel became more upset. At the end of the quiz, the teacher counted the points. The class waited quietly. Then the teacher smiled and said, "Today's winner is Grace." The children clapped loudly. Grace looked shy. She lowered her head and smiled. "Thank you," she said softly. But Daniel did not clap. His hand stayed on the desk. His face was serious. His heart felt hot with anger. He thought, she just arrived today. How can she win? After school, Daniel walked home slowly. Usually, he ran home happily when he won something. But that day, he walked with his head down. He kicked small stones on the road. He did not greet people. He did not smile. When he reached home, his grandfather was sitting outside under a tree. His grandfather was an old man with kind eyes. He loved Daniel very much. He noticed Daniel's face and asked, "Daniel, why do you look like the sky before rain?" Daniel did not answer. He sat beside his grandfather and crossed his arms. His grandfather waited patiently. After a while, Daniel said, "I lost." His grandfather looked at him gently. "You lost what?" Daniel answered, "A class quiz." His grandfather nodded. "And why does that make you so sad?" Daniel said. "Because a new girl won. Her name is Grace. She came today, and everyone clapped for her." His grandfather smiled softly. "So the problem is not only that you lost, the problem is that someone else was praised." Daniel looked away. "I don't like losing." His grandfather picked up a small seed from the ground. He held it in his hand and said, "Daniel, look at this seed." Daniel looked at it. His grandfather asked, "Is this seed a tree?" Daniel said, "No." His grandfather asked, "But can it become a tree?" Daniel nodded. "Yes." His grandfather smiled. "Only if it accepts to be buried in the soil first." Daniel frowned. "I don't understand," his grandfather said. "A seed cannot become a big tree by staying on top of the ground. It must go down into the darkness. It must be covered by soil. It must wait. It must grow slowly." Daniel listened. His grandfather continued. "Losing feels like being buried. It feels uncomfortable. It feels dark. But sometimes, losing is the soil that helps us grow." Daniel stayed quiet. His grandfather placed the seed in Daniel's palm. "Winning can make people clap for you," he said. "But losing can teach you what clapping cannot." Daniel looked at the seed. He did not know what to say. That night, Daniel could not sleep easily. He kept thinking about Grace. He remembered how calm she was. She did not shout. She did not boast. She did not laugh at him. She simply answered the questions. Then Daniel remembered his grandfather's words. "Losing can teach you what clapping cannot." The next day, Daniel went to school. He was still not happy, but he decided to watch Grace carefully. During class, Grace listened when the teacher spoke. She did not play with her pencil. She did not disturb others. She wrote notes neatly. When she did not understand something, she asked politely. During break time, Daniel saw something else. A young boy was sitting alone with his exercise book. He looked confused. Grace walked to him and asked, "Do you need help?" The boy nodded. Grace sat beside him and explained the lesson slowly. Daniel watched from a distance. He was surprised. He thought, "If I knew the answer, I would just be happy that I knew it. But she is helping someone else understand." Later, during a group activity, the teacher divided the class into teams. Daniel and Grace were placed in the same group. Daniel did not like it at first. He wanted to show that he was better than her. The teacher gave each group a difficult task. Daniel quickly took the paper. "I know how to do it," he said. He started writing fast. Grace looked at the work and said gently, "Daniel, maybe we should read the instructions first." Daniel frowned. "I already know what to do." Grace did not argue. She stayed quiet. Daniel continued writing. After a few minutes, he realized something. He had answered the wrong question. The instructions were different from what he thought. His face became hot. He quickly tried to erase his work. Grace looked at him kindly and said, "It is okay. We can still correct it." Daniel expected her to laugh at him, but she did not. She helped him. She read the instructions aloud. Then she asked, "What do you think we should write first?" Daniel looked at her. For the first time, he did not feel like fighting. He answered quietly, "Maybe this part." Grace smiled. "Yes, that is a good idea." Together, they worked on the activity. This time, Daniel listened. He did not rush. He did not try to control everything. He allowed others in the group to speak too. At the end, their group did very well. The teacher praised them. "Excellent teamwork," the teacher said. Daniel felt something different. It was not the same feeling as winning alone. This feeling was warmer. He looked at Grace and said quietly, "Thank you." Grace smiled. "You are welcome." Days passed. Daniel slowly began to change. He still liked doing well. He still liked learning. But he stopped thinking that every classmate was his enemy. When someone answered correctly, Daniel clapped. At first it was difficult, but slowly it became easier. When someone made a mistake, Daniel did not laugh. He remembered how Grace had helped him. When he did not understand something, he asked questions. Before, Daniel thought asking questions made him look weak. Now he understood that asking questions helped him grow. One afternoon, the school announced a big competition. It was not just for one class. It was for the whole school. There would be questions, puzzles, spelling, mathematics, and teamwork challenges. The winning team would receive a big trophy. All the children were excited. Daniel's heart started beating fast. He wanted to win. But this time, something was different. He did not want to win just to prove that he was better. He wanted to do his best. The teacher selected students for the competition. Daniel was chosen. Grace was chosen too. So were 3 other children. They formed one team. During practice, Daniel worked hard, but he also listened. When Grace had an idea, he respected it. When another boy gave an answer, Daniel did not interrupt. When one girl made mistakes, Daniel helped her instead of becoming angry. Their team became stronger, not because one person knew everything, but because everyone gave something. The day of the competition arrived. The school hall was full. Students sat in rows. Teachers sat at the front. The trophy was placed on a table. It was shiny and beautiful. Daniel looked at it. For a moment, the old feeling came back. He thought, "I must win." But then he looked at his team. Grace was calm. The others looked nervous. Daniel took a deep breath and said, "Let us do our best together." Grace looked at him and smiled. The competition began. The first round was spelling. Grace answered well. The second round was mathematics. Daniel answered correctly. The third round was a puzzle. Another teammate solved it. Each time one person answered, the whole team supported them. Sometimes they got answers right. Sometimes they got answers wrong. When they made mistakes, Daniel did not get angry. He simply said, "It is okay. Let us focus on the next one." At the final round, 2 teams had almost the same score. Daniel's team needed one more correct answer to win. The hall became silent. The teacher asked the final question. It was difficult. Daniel knew part of the answer. Grace knew another part. The team whispered together. Daniel could have shouted his answer alone. He could have tried to take all the credit. But he stopped himself. He listened to Grace. He listened to the others. Together, they formed the correct answer. Daniel raised his hand. The teacher pointed at him. Daniel stood up and gave the answer. The hall became quiet. The teacher smiled. "That is correct." The children shouted with joy. Daniel's team had won. Everyone clapped loudly. Daniel felt happy, very happy. But this time, he did not feel proud in a selfish way. He looked at his team. He knew he had not won alone. The teacher called the team to the front. She gave them the trophy. Daniel held it with Grace and the others. The teacher said, "Congratulations, you showed knowledge, patience, and teamwork." The children clapped again. Then the teacher asked, "Daniel, would you like to say something?" Daniel looked at the students. A few weeks earlier, he would have smiled proudly and said, "I told you I was the best." But now, Daniel was different. He held the trophy and said, "Thank you. I am happy we won. But I didn't win alone. My team helped me. Grace taught me to listen. My friends taught me that everyone has something important to give." The hall became quiet. Daniel continued, "I used to think being first was the most important thing, but now I know that becoming better is more important than being first." The teacher smiled. Grace smiled. Daniel's grandfather, who had come to watch, stood at the back of the hall. His eyes were full of pride. That evening, Daniel walked home with his grandfather. He was carrying the trophy carefully. His grandfather looked at him and asked, "So, Daniel, how does winning feel today?" Daniel smiled. "It feels good." His grandfather laughed softly. "Only good?" Daniel looked at the trophy and then looked at his grandfather. "It feels better than before," Daniel said, "because this time I did not win by pushing others down. I won by working with them." His grandfather nodded. "That is true victory." Daniel remembered the seed his grandfather had given him. When they reached home, he ran to the place where he had planted it. A tiny green shoot had started coming out of the soil. Daniel smiled. The seed was growing, and so was he. From that day on, Daniel still worked hard. He still dreamed big. He still wanted to succeed. But he understood something very important. Life is not only about being first. Life is about learning, helping, listening, growing, and becoming a person whose heart is as strong as their talent. Because a proud person may stand in front for a moment, but a humble person keeps growing for a lifetime. Moral of the story: winning is good, but humility is greater. Being first can make people clap for you, but kindness, patience, and teamwork can make people respect you.